Connor, it's finals time. Is it any less nerve-wracking this time around now that you've actually got a championship under your belt, or is it just as excruciating as ever?
Nah, it's same old. It's just a game of footy. We're looking forward to it. It's going to be a difficult one in Adelaide. We've had a past history there of not winning, but we are looking to change that.
Why do you think there's that past history there? I mean, it feels like even when everything's going right for City, thinking about your first game there this season, all of a sudden just something happens and the hoodoo continues. What is it about South Australia and Melbourne City?
I wish I had an answer for you. They're just really difficult to play at home. They just a very strong team, and when their fans get behind them, they really use that to play to their advantage.
Hmm. You've been a bit dudded, mate. Melbourne Victory's finished second. They don't have to leave the state. You have to go to South Australia.
Yeah, unfortunately, but it is what it is, and we'll go there and do our best.
Mm. Well, I mean, what do you make of the two legs? Obviously, it's a different approach. I mean, if you go up 1-0 in the first minute, it's not 89 minutes you have to hold them out. It's 179. How does that affect your thinking?
Doesn't really affect me. Really, like it means we just get a second chance if things go wrong. But we're looking to go there and obviously put a good performance in. Hopefully, put a few goals in first half, and then bring them back here and yeah, do the same.
Does it put you a bit more at ease? Obviously acknowledging that South Australian form, they have to come to Victoria and you get a shot at them in the second leg on your home turf. There's a bit of I won't say safety net, but it's not a one and done situation.
Yeah, of course. We know that we have, obviously, like I said, a second chance if things don't go right. But to have our fans for the second game will be unbelievable. And we'll be going into that one feeling pretty confident.
Mm. And as we were talking about before we started recording, mate, it's the Alex Tobin Medallist. It's been a standout individual season for you and a standout season for Melbourne City doing the back-to-back premierships. Have you enjoyed this campaign?
Yeah, it's been good. It's been tough. It's been a long one. We've had game after game. It hasn't really felt like we've had a decent break. Especially going, to Thailand as well. But now, what a way to top off, the normal season with the premiers, and obviously for myself, the Alex Tobin. I'm very, very grateful.
Hmm. I mean, looking at your past few years, mate, you've done a double, you've won another premiership, Alex Tobin medal, Socceroo, earned a European move. A hell of a couple of years for you, mate.
Yeah, it's been pretty amazing. Maybe a couple of years ago, I wouldn't have thought this would have ever happened. But I guess the hard work pays off, and trusting the process.
Mm. I mean, do you feel as though there's been a turning point in your career? I remember speaking to you, you didn't play much under Warren. Eric's come in and you've sort of grown. Is that the turning point, really? Do you think when Eric came in and then what PK's continued with that?
Yeah, for sure. I think that was the real start of my career, to be honest. And yeah, it's still early days.
Hmm. How do you feel you've grown as a footballer over the past few years? What have you worked on and what attributes have you added that you think has helped you go to this next level?
I think just me playing games is just most beneficial, because the more you play, the more confident you get, the more pressures you have to face, and you get used to those things. And obviously over there, it's a lot different, a lot more pressure, a lot more at stake. But I think it's a good learning curve for me, being in these tough games where that they are must wins, because that's the environment I'm headed to.
Mm. Maybe let somebody else jump in before I keep going. I am monopolizing things.
Connor, am I right in thinking you had a big growth spurt a couple of years ago that you had to sort of grow into your body?
Yeah. Yeah, I was a bit of a late bloomer, so I probably started growing like 17, around then.
Do you think this is, the season where you finally got used to your new frame and started using your physical gifts in the most effective way?
Um, yeah, you could say that. I think, I still have a little bit to go, with me physically. But no, I feel like you know, I feel normal in a way. I don't feel uncoordinated or anything, which is which is good. So yeah.
And did you speak to Jackson Irvine much before you teed up your big move to Germany?
I spoke to him a little bit, not too much because they were pretty busy with their season and they were up and down, up and down. So I'll speak to him a bit more over the next couple of weeks.
He seems to be loving life, so I think you're in for a good time at St. Bali from the looks of things from afar, anyway.
Yeah. He's told me everything's unbelievable at the club and he loves it.
Connor, I mean, last season, obviously, you were on international duty during the final series. So, obviously, you missed the championship, obviously, that period where you guys won it. Is that more of a driving force for you to be part of it this season? I mean, in 2020 as well, you played in that loss against Sydney FC. Does that drive you personally, obviously, to be part of it this year?
Yeah, definitely. Last year I was sitting in a hotel, and it gave me like goosebumps sitting there watching the boys lift the trophy, celebrations, all that. So this year would be really special. To actually be there, win it, and it'd be so good to end on a high.
Was it bittersweet at all?
Sorry?
Was it bittersweet at all?
A little bit, I guess. But no, I'm looking forward to it. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good.
And just one last one. Sorry, just one last one from me. I mean, these are potentially your last 3 games for Melbourne City before you head over to Germany. Has that sort of, gone into your thinking a little bit that this is the end here and then obviously you're jetting over to Europe?
Yeah, of course. Like I've been here for so long. Like, it's gonna be a bit weird. Me not wearing the sky blue. So yeah, but it is what it is. I've had a fantastic, 7 years here. So obviously I want to finish it off with another trophy and go out with a bang.
Do you have a favourite memory from your time at City? I imagine you want the favourite one to be in a couple of weeks lifting a championship, but for now, do you have a favourite memory?
Favorite memory? I think my favorite memories would just be the premiers both years. I wish I was there for the granny last year, but premiers is good enough for me because we were there. It was our main first trophy, and to be a part of it was amazing.
Does it also, that academy class that you're a part of, Connor, obviously alongside so many of those boys have gone to Europe as well. You look at like Denny's in France, Nate's gone to Scotland. So many of the boys have kicked on to great things. Is that special that you're amongst that group and you're talking to each other and you're seeing each other accomplish these incredible things at such a young age and really get to live your dreams in Europe?
Yeah, it's pretty amazing. Like you think back to when we were 15, 14 and we were kicking the ball around late at night and all we could dream of is accomplishing our goals and going to Europe and seeing, obviously Nate and Denny and doing well, not just going over there, but they're actually doing well. Denny just got promoted. Nate, he's made I think he's in the cup final. It's just amazing. And it just goes to show that, it doesn't matter where you're from, anyone can do it.
And what do you think that says about, the club and the youth development at Melbourne City and the opportunities that the club has given you guys?
I think it just goes to show that, everything here is run well. They have a lot of faith in young players. And I believe that's changed, over the past, 3 years. a lot of young players are getting a lot more opportunity. The likes of Tilio and Gomolka. Kolakovsky's coming to the scene as well. I could name a lot more, but just goes to show that just having faith in young players, it goes a long way.